Good morning, Facebook family. How are you doing? Just so happy to be here. This is Coach Shawnee Benton Gibson coming to you live from Queens, New York. Looking forward to co-creating this morning with every being that is present, those that identify as women, those who identify as men, and those who identify as everything under the sun that brings them light and life and allows them to be grounded in who they are and whose they are in this lifetime. So today's session is the 3 phases of womanhood. It doesn't mean that if you identify as a male in this space, whether you're on Facebook or present in this session right now, that you are not eligible to be in this session. No matter how you identify, you have come from the seat, the sacred gateway of a womb space. No matter how you identify, you are in relationship directly or indirectly with other women. No matter how you identify, there is a connection to feminine energy, essence, and presence. And we are going to have a good time unpacking these phases so that we have a deeper understanding of what it means to identify, move in the airspace, in the flow of womanhood. So grab pen and paper, grab water, put your thinking caps on as best you can. I know folks are just rolling out of bed. Some have been up for a while. Whatever your circumstance is, just asking you to do what is necessary so you can capture what it is that I'm saying, because this session is very interactive and it requires us to get grounded in specific terms, names, things like that. So I apologize ahead of time for making you work this morning and then not apologize. Y'all know me. Or for those who do know me well, you know that I'm going to push. And today will be a push into expanding our thoughts and relationships with this experience called womanhood. All right, so we can get started. We can watch the opening and see what that brings us. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hearing my daughter's voice and just what we've created as a community. So let's rock, everybody. I'm ready.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. Stay woke. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
All righty. Welcome. I know folks have popped into the space since we started the session. Thank you for being here. This is Coach Shawnee Benton Gibson coming to you live from Queens, New York, with a session that I love to lead. I was telling the admin team before I landed in the space, as we were preparing in the space, that I've done this session probably over 100 times. I'm sure it's probably more over the last several years. And it just brings me such joy to be in this space sharing this with this community. It's not the first time that I've done it before. Last year I did this, or last cohort, maybe not last year, last cohort, I did this in preparation for the start of the Rites of Passage program, Be the Tree, that I'm blessed to lead. Be the Tree is the second iteration of Rites of Passage programming that I have done over the last 20 years under my company, Spirit of a Woman. And 10 years after doing it for young girls between the ages of 12 to 16, Spirit downloaded a message that I needed to start doing this session for adult women, to offer Rites of Passage programming for women who identify as adult, or in the world identifies as adult. So we've done the program for the youngest age, 19, and the eldest, 71. And it's been an amazing journey doing intergenerational programming for women in the world who are leaders, formally or informally, in their world. And I even hesitate to say formally or informally, because whatever your relationship with leadership is, it's formal for you, right? So we're going to have a good time today. It's 7:08. Usually I lead this session over 2 hours, but I am condensing it so that I can be with you in this space and experience the power, the essence of your beingness. And as I said before we started, earlier, before we played the video, for Wake Up Everybody, no matter how you identify, if you're gender nonconforming, non-binary, if you identify as a cisgendered heterosexual woman, if you identify as whatever your gender is, your sexual orientation is, this conversation is for us, because we all emerged from a womb, and we all have connections with women. So however this goes and flows, you can get something out of it if you so choose. So please invite others in the space. Y'all know me, Woo family. It's let's bring folk in. If you know that one of our sisters or brothers are not in the space this morning to engage in this powerful conversation, ask them to come through. I know there's a lot of Be the Tree sisters in this space. So sisters, alumni, invite sisters in your life to come into this space and be with us this morning, because if they can't come to a regular intro, because we have intro sessions, free intro sessions for Be the Tree that we've been doing, and we're preparing to start the program this weekend, then they can get the essence of the introduction session in this right now moment through the Wake Up Everybody virtual community. So wake them up, y'all. Invite them into the space. I'm declaring 45 people in the space. That's what I'm declaring. And on Facebook, 12. I'm just saying that, Spirit, bring it. And if we get more, great. If we don't, great. But we can do this as a community. So invite your folk, invite your folk. So I'm going to start with the first slide that is part of the 3 phases of womanhood technology that I offer to the community that participates with these sessions. And once again, we do these sessions all the time as we build up for the cohort of Be the Tree, and we're preparing for the first cohort. So the session overview. I already welcomed you. I already said what this is going to be. We're going to have a good time. At the end of this session, I'm going to be talking about what the program is, its structure, how much the program costs, because there's tuition associated with the program, and just the layout and the timing and all that good stuff, so you can be informed. I love when people can make informed decisions about the information, receiving all the information that they need. And I don't like surprising people around time and money, because that's something that can be the most triggering for folks sometimes. So the session, we're already in welcome and overview. We're going to do something called face rights. And that gives us an opportunity to be with one another, to see one another, hear one another, feel one another in the space. I'm going to invite each of you, if you can, to come on camera so I can engage you. I want to be able to talk through this experience by seeing the community members, if possible. I also know that some of you might be lying in bed and getting dressed and doing other things, but if you are able to show yourself, please do, because it just amplifies the experience of the session. The activity that we're going to do is the 3 phases of womanhood. And this is the design that Spirit gave to me I'm a conduit. It's a way to look at womanhood. It's not the end all be all. The language that I might use might come up for people. It's like, I don't know if I feel that, but I'm asking you to be with it and to surrender to the session, not necessarily take on what I say as the truth, but a truth that you can look at and examine and explore and be curious about. Then I'm going to define the program, as I said earlier, break down all the details, and then we'll have a closing ritual to explore, how we can complete this container and have you go away through the rest of your day with the essence and the energy of womanly power and vibration in your airspace, no matter how you identify. So let's move forward, Shan. And I want to acknowledge my team. Just so grateful for the folks that I'm working with today, which is Tiffany and Chantel. Chantel jumped in at the last minute to support, and I thank her for the coverage today, because I know you could be sleeping and doing something else, both of you. So face rights. What we're going to do is use the chat. I may call on some of you to actually verbally express the face rights this morning, but what we're going to do is to share our name. And I know your names are listed in Zoom space. However, everybody's not looking at the list. So please do drop your full name. If you have 14 names, put them in the chat. Share your age. We share our age in the Be the Tree space, which is the name of the Rites of Passage program that I'm presenting about this morning. And in the Woo space, we share age. Share who brought you into today's session. If you were invited, or if you're part of the main community, you can say, I'm here because this is what I do each morning. You can say, I was invited by this one, that one, or the other one, whoever that inviter is, and you as the invitee. Please share what you love about being a woman, or if you identify as a man, what you love about women. And then also please share what you're most challenged by with regard to your womanhood. And if you're not a woman, you can say what you're most challenged by as you interface with women from your vantage point, from your gender, from your identity. So once again, drop the names in the chat. Put your age. You can put all of these statements in one, and I'm going to give about a minute and a half for you to do this and answer these questions. So your name, drop that in. You can put it all in at once. Your age, and then I'll model by sharing mine, so you can get a feel for how we navigate these answers and how far and wide you can go. So my name is Shawnee Benton Gibson. I started using trellis last year in honor of my great-great-grandmother on my mother's side, because she was a midwife and an herbalist, and I'm a reproductive justice activist and advocate, and I just wanted to have her energy as I do that work. I'm 53, fierce, flying free because I say so. Who brought me here is Spirit. I'm one of the leaders in this space, and I engage in the co-creation of the Wake Up Everybody virtual community, and I'm the leader of Spirit of a Woman, which is the birth mother of Wake Up. What do you love about being a woman? What I love is that women can bleed for consecutive days and not die. It's not a terminal illness. It's not a serious injury. It's the flow and essence of blood from our bodies because we menstruate. And it's so powerful. When I menstruate, when I used to, because I don't anymore, I would be more intuitive, more powerful, more connected to my body. Just a powerful thing to be able to do, and space to be able to hold. So I love that. And I also love that every single woman in this space can put on the same outfit with the same accessories and look different, feel different, and vibe differently in the space that she's in. And what I will say about challenges regarding womanhood, what I'm most challenged by with regard to womanhood is that women can compete, compare themselves to other women and other people, and then despair about it, that we operate from this competitive energy that we're taught, and it's very patriarchal, and it doesn't align with who we are called to be on the planet. And in that comparison, we miss out on the opportunity to fully celebrate ourselves. And another thing I'm challenged by is that we're super intuitive and have a way of processing information that has nothing to do with what we learn with our minds, but we miss out on utilizing that superpower because the world teaches us, once again, a patriarchal way of thinking and being, that what we learn in books and what we're taught as far as our day-to-day experiences is more valuable than what spirit drops in and downloads into us each day. The Wake Up Everybody virtual community is a product of me tuning into intuition and listening and to downloads and then following them. So I know the value of spirit speaking to me and through me. But as a woman, we don't operate from that because we're taught from little kids that our minds are the most valuable and powerful. So that's my Face Right share. I see that there are 5 shares in the chat, which means everybody in this space hasn't dropped their shares into the chat. So I'm going to give you 1 minute more to drop in your shares, your full name, your age, who brought you into this space today, what you love about being a woman if you're a woman, what you love about women if you're a man, and what you're most challenged by as it relates to being a woman or challenged by as it relates to being a man watching and interfacing with women on a regular basis. So 1 more minute, family. Chantel, if you can help me with the time. And then once again, I ask that we invite others into the space. So we're at 28. So let's invite 20 more people into the space. So men, women, young people, please do invite them so that we can have a robust experience in this space. So if we're ready, as we wait 30 seconds more, I'm going to ask the admin team to select someone, whether they shared in the space or not in the chat, to answer these questions so that we can get connected, related, and aligned around this criteria. So Shan, we ready?
Yes. All right. Let me see. I'm just going to randomly pick.
No randomness. Remember?
No? Okay.
No, not don't pick, meaning just pick intuitively, not randomly.
Right. That's what I wanted to say. All right. Let's see. So we have Lori. Lori came up for me and she's in the chat.
Awesome.
So Lori said that she, actually, Lori, do you want to come off mute and share what you put in the chat?
I'm walking, but yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
Lori.
So what did I put in the chat? I think I put in the chat, I'm Lori Deneen Ayers Hutchinson, 52 years old. I came because the text reminder showed up. And, and I don't always respond to the text reminder as get there, but today it was get there.
All righty.
What I love about being a woman is I feel like in my womanhood, I feel a richer, deeper connection to spirit, to life, and to others. And what I find challenging is when I go out into the world and I am confronted by other people and society's views and negative beliefs around women and their value and their power.
Thank you. Awesome. And Shawnee, did you want to follow up?
Yeah, no, when I do face rights, I listen mostly. I'm not necessarily coach or chair. I just want to hear what is in the space around this. So please do select someone else. And, you know, Shan, I lean towards selecting sisters in the space or brothers in the space who have not done Be the Tree.
Yep. Gotcha. So let's hear from Taneen. Taneen, can you come off?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Taneen Maddie Harmony, and I am 47 and driven. What I love being about a woman is just womanhood itself, just the being of womanhood. And what I am challenged by is communicating my feelings to other women when I feel wounded or unclear about something.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Taneen.
Beautiful.
All right. You want to take another share?
Yes, please do.
All right. Let's see. Jackie, come off mute.
Good morning. How are you?
Always great to hear your voice. I'm Lo.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Hope Davis. I am 60 years old. What I love about woman, is the shape of the body, the feel of the skin, the depth of the spirit, the emotional aspects, and I can't remember what else I put in the chat. Anyway.
Emotional capacity and depth.
Yes, the depth, absolutely the depth. And the person who brought me here was, well, Dr. Koo invited me on day 2, and Shawnee, and her spirit and the spirit of this community has kept me here. And oh God, what was the other question? Oh, what I'm challenged by? I'm challenged by age. Right now, I'm out walking for the first time in over a month. Well, actually months, because I have arthritis now. So yeah, that's my challenge.
It's nice to see you ladies outside walking too. All right, Shawnee, I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, family. And keep the shares dropped in the chat. Sorry, I wanted to make sure that that sound passed. And family, once again, just inviting you to invite others into the space so that we can have a robust experience, full blown, and community's already present, but just to continue to expand it because we're worth it. And this conversation is worth it. So if we can move forward, I see Justina and others have dropped in their shares. Love it. Keep it coming. It's important. I've heard women say, or folks say, that I've never been asked what I love about womanhood. I've never thought about what I love about womanhood. And so I love that we get an opportunity to unpack this for those who have are exploring this for the first time, and for those who have explored it before, an opportunity to reiterate your deep love, affection, and connection with this vibration called womanhood. So thank you for the invitations. We're at 32. Remember, I said 45. So let's manifest, y'all. Let's manifest. So the maiden phase in the 3 phases, and I want to say this once again, for those of you who are just joining the space, that this is a way of looking at womanhood, not the way. Over the course of the last 15, 20 years, I've been looking at the goddess energy. We talk a lot about the masculine aspects of spirituality and the Godhead that is a masculine Godhead. For me, there is a feminine aspect, or the goddess energy, that doesn't get talked about as much. And then there's an energy that we carry in each of the phases of womanhood that's not about titles, maiden, but is about energy. That's not about the title mother or giving birth, but is about energy. That's not about the title crone, which has been misinterpreted over and over again. And, you look up crone, if you do a search right now, it's like an old decrepit woman. In this space, the crone is the wise one. The crone is the celebrated one. The crone is the one that has the most powerful energy that can be manifested based on her experience navigating life and her connection to spirit, because she's closer to the spirit realm every time she ages another year. So we're going to look at the first phase, which is the maiden phase. And family, I'm going to ask that you use the chat, but also use your notebook, because you can keep this information for the future. We're going to unpack the maiden phase. This is the first phase or stage of a woman's development. It's her experience in the womb as she grows, because we have womb experiences, whether we remember them or not. And it also happens as soon as she exits the womb space and starts to interface with other beings in the world, held by mother, father, family members, or whoever the caregivers might be, fed, breastfed, fed by the bottle, navigating the world, learning how to walk, going to preschool, if that is what has happened, like all of those things. But we're going to focus on the ages from 12 to 25 for the maiden. This is the youngest member of the Womanhood Collective. And so 12 to 25, and the reason why we stop at 25 is that unless you have brain injury or some other thing that impacts your brain development and the status of your brain, if you have normal maturation and development, then it doesn't complete until age 25, physiologically and biochemically. So we're going to look at the maiden phase, and I'm going to ask you over the course of the next minute and a half to put words and phrases in the chat that align with the maiden and how she shows up, the maiden phase and how they show up. So if you can move to the next slide. Thank you. So examples. of high vibrational and low vibrational words and phrases that we use or can use to describe the maiden's journey, right? These are the maidens in the center. We don't have to know them to know that they exist. You know that there's a whole segment of the population that are identified as women from the ages of 12 to 25 on this planet globally. We know that. We don't have to debate about it or do research. What we're asking you to do right now is to think of high vibrational ways that the maidens show up and low vibrational ways that the maiden shows up, and to put those lists of words and phrases in the chat. So like, for example, high vibrational words are energetic, youthful, adventurous, right? Doesn't have to be the way a maiden shows up, but those are ways that we've seen maidens act in the world, whether they're our neighbors, our sisters, our nieces. This is how we have seen some maidens operate. And then a phrase that is associated with the maiden is like a sponge, just learning stuff and applying what they learn or not applying what they learn. Then there's the low vibrational, thank you, Lori, girlish, low vibrational manifestations of the maiden in this phase: hard-headed, naive, arrogant, and a phrase is all over the place, right? So not all maidens are all over the place, but some can be. So family, type in, write in words and phrases, high vibrational, low vibrational for the maiden stage or phase. Drop them in the chat, write them in your notebook, do whatever you need to do to record it, and then release judgment. Because high vibrational and low vibrational for us and be the tree and spirit of a woman does not mean bad or good. It means it's information, it's vibration, it's opportunity to create a life based on mistakes made or things that have been done that are amplifying and moving you forward. So drop them in no matter what, no judgment, just reflection. And then based on what I put on the side, we already have those words and phrases. Put some new ones in that have not been stated. And I'm going to give you, once again, a minute and a half to keep doing this. So Shan, if you can record the time. We're at 35, y'all. Remember, I said 45 guests in this space. So keep inviting. Invite the women in your life into the space and the men so that we can unpack this powerful conversation. And I'll be over here inviting guests as well. So drop them in. And then Shan, you can read them off as when we get past the time.
Got it.
And y'all are doing great. Thank you, family. Once again, this session is connected to the start of the Be the Tree Rites of Passage Collective for Women, cohort 20. We are in our 20th cycle of the program, and I'm doing this session so that women and men will be aware of this journey and the opportunity to participate in the program that can transform you mind, body, and spirit. So thank you once again for being here. Where are we at with time, Shan?
You gave us 3 minutes?
No, a minute and a half.
Oh,
So-
great. So I'm right. No, we're on 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Use that intuition, girl.
Yes. I was like, I think I got it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Shout out to the Be the Tree alumni in this space. Thank you for holding us up and down as we move through this session. All right, we are at 35 participants, now 36. Martine,
right.
thank you for inviting your sister into this space. Hey, Nadine.
All right, that's time.
All righty, we are at 37. I declared 45. Let's do it. All right, let's hear some of the shares about the maiden.
All right. So Joy said cheerful, kind, pleasant, moody, angry, and emotional. Tanine said hi, nice. Oh, hey, high vibrational. Because she says hey after her high vibrational. So high vibrational is, hey sis, nice earrings. You did it. I stand in agreement with you. You worked that outfit. Smile. What's your name? Would you like to sit with us? Hug, handshake, admiration. You're an awesome mom. You did your best. Speak your truth in love. I got your back, beloved. Let's book a flight. I love that energy, Tanine. And Shelly Ann said, love on other women by giving them love energy. Doreen, High vibrational is flexible. Low is lost and quiet.
Got that. Thank
And then we have Jim. Yep. Jim
Go ahead.
said maiden is eager, impatient, know-it-all attitude, can be disrespectful to elders.
Thank you. All righty. And I'm going to add, because we're going to need this, and I see someone being dropped in, more being dropped in. Keep them coming. The reason why I'm doing this is because we're going to do another piece, especially for those who identify as women in the space. So for the maiden, additional words and phrases. And remember, if we spent the whole wake up session just talking about the maiden, we can have hundreds of shares. And I want to point out, when I say phrases, I don't necessarily mean things that maidens say, but things that are said or the energy that maidens carry. So a maiden, once again, like a sponge, or all over the place, or unwilling to budge, or excited about life. All right. So phrases, and we'll do this throughout as we move through the other two phases. So maiden, passionate, intuitive, active, fertile in many ways, meaning like literally can have babies, and most fertile during the time, or fertile meaning like there's juices there for creation. Sensual, sexual, agile, supple, like thinking about skin and just how the body shows up in the maiden phase. Quiet or loud, angry or joyful, dreamer, inquisitive, confident, a know-it-all, careless, promiscuous, or virginal, angry, moody, flaky, like in and out, or unreliable, responsible, anxious, low self-esteem, insecure, loyal, peer focused, P-E-E-R focused. So those are in school, learning. So these are just some of the additional shares about the maiden. Now, what we're going to do is deepen this piece of the exercise. So I'm asking you to go deeper and to think about yourself if you are a maiden. If you're a woman and your maiden phase. Some of us are closer to the maiden phase than others. And family, we're at 35. Let's manifest the 10 more. We can do it. To me, it's a game. It's like, oh, invite more folks. Thank you. Realistic, Shelly Ann. Thank you. Thank you. So let's move to the next slide to deepen this exercise as far as the maiden is concerned. All right. So the deepening, review the list that you made, whether you dropped it in the chat or you listened to what I said, and circle, if you've written it in your notebooks, or put it in your device, highlight 3 high vibrational words and phrases and 3 low vibrational words and phrases that align with you, Tanine, you, Shelly Ann, you, Jackie, as a maiden, right? When you are a maiden, no matter how far away from the maiden phase you are, remember it's 12 to 25. Think about that age range and that experience in your life, whether you were, probably in school. Maybe some of you went to college. Some of you might have moved out and lived on your own. You went away to school. You went to school from home. You were in different relationships with friends, with intimate partnerships. You were discovering who you are as a sexual being. Circle or write out and put in the chat 3 high vibrational words or phrases that describe your maiden phase, and 3 low vibrational words or phrases that describe your maiden phase, yours. And then create a title for that phase of your life. And you can use an already existing title, a movie title, a book title, a song that aligns with your maiden journey. One of the ones that I always bring up is The Coldest Winter Ever, which is a book that I loved. And it is by Sister Souljah. And it just captures something. Like when you think of The Coldest Winter Ever, you're like, oh my God, if that's the title for your maiden phase, it's like, oh my God, there was a lot of stuff going on that may have been low vibrational and may have taught you many lessons, but it was rough. Right? So I'm going to give you my shares, drop them in the chat, please, if you have them, based on you, not nobody else. And I invite you to be rigorously honest about your maiden phase. This is the wake up space. We're not judging you about your journey. We invite you to share, always being as authentic and honest about your journey as possible. So my high vibrational words about myself, not high vibrational, low vibrational, promiscuous, angry, and sneaky. My high vibrational words and phrases about myself are smart, artistic, and articulate, right? So those are mine. And my title is I'm in a deep, dark space. I'm in a deep, dark space because during my maiden phase, I experienced molestation. I experienced a sexual assault. I experienced having low self-esteem and thinking that I was ugly. I experienced the addiction and mental health issues of my family members and violence in the home. There were a lot of things going on during that phase that worked and that didn't work. I also went to school, went away to college, had a whole lot of fun. I was into performance arts. So I was singing, dancing, acting. I also was a leader with my friends. I did really, really well in school, was in top classes and considered a scholar. So lots and lots of stuff. I also became a wife and a mother of two in that phase of my life. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. And my title was I'm in a deep, dark space, because even the high vibrational things that I generated underneath was an angry, rageful, young woman with low self-esteem. So what is your story? What are your words and what are your titles around this phase for those who identify as women in this space? So please, Chantel, if you can lead us to some of the folks that have shared.
Yes. So Shelly Ann said that she was realistic. Helen, as a maiden, high was wise, sexy, and fun. Low vibrational, slow, critical, and old-fashioned. And that's what we have for right now. Oh, Tanine, promiscuous. Low is promiscuous, angry, afraid. High is creative, honor student, and adventurous.
All right, family. So if there were only 2 shares, my question is, what is going on out there? So are you having a difficult time generating to put in the chat because you're on the move? Thank you, Chantel, for putting yours in. And if you can read yours and declare yours, and inviting the other sisters in this space, because this is an opportunity to go and fetch her, go and hug that part of yourself. All parts of us continue. If you're a crone in this space and you're over the age of 60, that maiden is looking for you to speak her name and also looking for you to speak her experience. So please drop that in the chat and share, or if you want to raise your digital hand, you can share in that way, just verbally, if you would prefer to do that, because some of you are on the move and may be challenged. I see Dakia's hand.
Yeah, so I'm still typing mine. So for my low vibration, I was very weak in a relationship at that time, low self-esteem and shy. And for high, it would be silly, smart, and nurturing. And then Theodore said for maiden is motherhood, discovering how to navigate the world as a wife. And then low self-esteem, single mother, discovering her strength. We have
what's the titles?
Helen's is I'm trying to keep up.
Thank you.
And for, let's see, Tiffany, I'm not sure who this is from Facebook, but high is adventurous, bold, and nurturing. Low is angry, self-loathing, and violent. The title is The Mask.
Thank you.
Rachel said insecure, angry, on survival mode. High is strong, resilient, and loving. Lori shares high vibrational is smart, beautiful, fun, and loving. Low vibrational, fat, harpy, castrating bitch. And Tanine's title is independent.
Got that. Who was
Rachel's
the last person that shared?
Lori.
Lori. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And Rachel's title is How Can I Figure This Out? And Lori's title is Non-Conforming. Joy says her low vibrational, mean, moody, and emotional. And that's it for our shares right now.
Thank you so much, family.
Yeah.
All righty. We have a hand up, sis. We had a hand up, Dakia.
I was gonna say, oh, Dakia?
Mm-hmm.
Dakia, are you still in the space with us?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, there you go.
My high vibrational, I'm not that far from 25. I'm 30, so I kind of still a little immature. I thought everything was about me. So now this is low vibrational first. So I was immature. I thought everything was about me, and I was What was I? Oh, I always wanted to be outside. Like, always wanted to be outside. So my high vibrational is that I was always helpful. I was always kind. And I was always getting anything that I wanted to do, working, everything like that. And I did have my son in my 20s, when I was 24. So yes, turning 25. So then I would call it beautiful learning.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the
All
share.
right. Yes. So we're going to move forward. Family, thank you once again for sharing. Keep dropping it in the chat. I see titles coming in. I see shares from Renita and other folks. Keep it coming, everybody. And whether you get a chance to verbalize it in the space or not, like anybody who speaks, there's an opportunity to see yourself in it. Everybody who's spoken, from Tanine, which Chantel was reading about, Tanine shares, Lori shares, like I see myself and hear myself in it. And we can move to the next slide. We're going to do the work around the next phase, which is the mother phase. Once again, it's not about the title mother, even though during this phase you may become a mother. I became a mother in the maiden phase, but my motherhood journey got expanded in the mother phase. But once again, not about the title, about the energy and vibration of mother. Like Mother Earth has an energy and vibration. It's a thing, and it's also an energy, right? Which is a thing too. So second phase, stage of a woman's development, ages 26 to 60 actually. So that's the cap. It's a long range. So a lot happens during that phase and stage, or this one. Once again, some women in this space may not be in this. I don't think we have anybody under 25, but maybe watching the recording or on Facebook, there's somebody watching that's under 25. So if you're not in this phase, you can still get with it, because we all have relationships with women that are in the mother phase. So, and I keep reiterating, it's not about physically giving birth, or even being a mother to children that you may not have birthed. It's about the energy and power of creation. So in this phase of our lives, we're developing and transforming and generating, right? So what we're going to do is the same thing we did for the maiden phase, not the titles yet. Wait on that. We're going to look at a general picture of the mother phase, women that are growing and transforming from 26 to 60. So high vibrational and low vibrational words and phrases. Remember, the phrases are not about things that the mother phase, the folks in the mother phase would say. It's the phrases that describe how they show up. So let's move to the next slide. And family, we're going to drop commentary in the chat. And if you want to share verbally, you can raise your digital hand. We just want to give a little bit of time for us to generate this robust list about the mother phase. So these women in the space are very popular. They're in the mother phase, ages 26 and up. All right. I think Angela Bassett last year turned 60. All right. So high vibrational words about and phrases about the mother phase: resourceful, nurturing, fertile. I said fertile for the maiden phase. Mother phase still fertile, not just about giving birth, but about what gets generated in this space. We're fertile beings, and in the prime of their lives, right? Or our lives, because I'm in the mother phase still. I'm moving towards the crone, but not there yet. And then low vibrational words: controlling, overwhelmed, driven. And then a phrase around this phase: living for everyone else. That's low vibrational. When you're not living for yourself, everybody and everything gets taken care of but you. So these are just examples. Now, remember what I said: no judgment. There's somebody out there judging how you show up, and you're in the mother phase. Please release that. Or you were in the mother phase and you're a crone now and you judge how you showed up in the maiden and the mother phase. Release judgment. So just type in the chat or write in your paper, or both, these phrases and words that align with the mother stage or phase. And then use these words on the side as an example, but add to them because we've already used those words. So find others. And then we're going to use the next minute and a half to generate our list for the mother phase. So think about the mothers the women in your life that are in the mother phase, your neighbors, your aunties, your own mother. Like think about them, plus folks you don't know that are in this phase, these women in this picture, for example, and just generate the list. So a minute and a half on the clock, Chantel, if you would. And then let's see where this takes us.
Gotcha.
Thank you. Thank you, Joycey. Thank you, Helen. Let's keep them coming. Working on the titles and stuff yet for the mother phase. We're working on just the list so we can get clear about what this entails, and then we'll go deeper. And let me grab some water while y'all do this so I can nourish this mother phase body. How much time left, Shan?
25 seconds.
Thank you, my love.
You're welcome. Ten seconds.
Thank you.
All right, we're complete.
Beautiful. Thank you. So let's hear what before we go there. Oh, no, I'm moving in the right direction. Let's hear from some of the folks that dropped their shares in the chat.
All right. So Tanine, she is or was grounded, seasoned, wise, high vibrational, and alive. Lori says loving, observant, creative, busy, nourishing, magical, emotional, overprotective, anxious, tired.
Thank you, beloved.
Tiffany, guide, protector, teacher, Wonder Woman, downtrodden, bitter, controlling, and a nag. Joy says low vibrational, fearful, lonely, mood swings, and worried. Renita shares energetic, nurturing, prime of life, dependable, protective, guide, sexy, stability. Low vibrational is overwhelmed, tired, controlling, unloved, and divorced.
All right. So thank you. Keep them coming. Thank you for your candor and your rigorous honesty. Tanine, I didn't hear your low vibration. Is that in the chat, Chantel, and we skipped over it, or Tanine didn't put it in?
I did not see it here. No.
Okay.
Tanine, do you want to drop it in for us?
I'm going to drop it in. I got logged off, so I'll drop it in now. I didn't really get it. Thank you.
No
Okay,
problem.
awesome. So I'd love to hear the voice of, I'm sorry. You know what? I'd rather wait for this. Let's do the deepening, but I'm going to read from a list so we can add because we would benefit from more words. Yes, Rachel, get shit done. We sure do. Earlier, when I started this session, some of you may have noticed it or not, and I felt myself in my body doing it. And this is a mother phase thing. I don't know if I did it when I was in the maiden phase, but Chantel in the thread, because we have an admin thread, was like, can you slow down or just slow down, right? I was just going because I started off this morning in a space of anxiousness, and I was wanting to make sure that I delivered in this session and, you know, was my word in reference to how we manage this intro session. This is the introduction that we do for women who are interested in Be the Tree. And we've been doing it for years. And like I said earlier, for those of you who are not in this space, I love doing this session. I love creating a space for transformation for women, those who identify as women, no matter what their choice is in reference to doing the Rites of Passage program. And so this morning I was like, am I going to be able to deliver? And it's like, what? You've been doing this forever, but not for this community and not in this way. This is a truncated way. And I woke up with a lot of things on my mind about work I need to get done and what's not complete. Part of the thing that I'm concerned about is the preparation for starting the Be the Tree cycle, because we start on Sunday. And so I was running fast because it's like, got to get it done, got to make sure you cover everything. But that wasn't about y'all, that was about me. But in low vibration, in my mother phase, I can crank out stuff like a machine. And that is not what this session is about. So I didn't acknowledge it verbally or write it to Chantel that I got the message, but I got the message. And it's like, this isn't about you. You're a conduit. So get over your fucking self, because you're here to deliver what spirit has given you to deliver. It makes me very emotional because I love women and I love what women create. So when I see women in the mother phase downing themselves, instead of looking at this as an opportunity to see yourself clearly and to generate something that will be about who you're born to be, I'm like, yo, I got to be about the business of making sure that you can get what you need to transform. And part of that is by doing the journey of Be the Tree. Not the only way, but it is a way. So thank you, Shan, for the note. I got it. And I'm breathing and slowing down. So the mother phase, confused. And I have here warden, like a warden-like behavior, just like governing everybody. It's like, did you do your homework? Did you? Parenting. Once again, fertile, sensual, sexual, discovery of self. Long-term relationships, friendships included, or intimate partnership, maybe married, maybe divorced, stability, confidence, dependable, overworked, losing oneself due to other people, lost in work or career focused, guilty or feeling guilty. And if you're a mother in this phase, I've heard a lot in my work as a therapist about mother guilt. Sleep deprived, spontaneous, intuitive, industrious, creative, resourceful, leader, nurturer, skills on many, many levels, can make a way out of no way, and purpose driven. So those are just additional ones. And the reason why I added this is because now we're going to look at the mother phase and the folks that are in it, which is the majority of the women that are in this space. And we're going to deepen the exercise by doing what we did last time. And thank you, family. We're 4 persons away from manifesting the desire, which is 45. Y'all are doing excellent. Keep them coming, because people can jump in right now and still get something out of this session. All right. So y'all are dope. Love you so much. So deepening this exercise means that we review the list that we came up with and the things you heard and what you see in the chat, and pick 3 high vibrational words or phrases and 3 low vibrational words or phrases that align with you in the mother phase. You in the mother phase. Now, some of y'all did this already, but I'm asking you to hone in. This is about your journey, and give it a title. Your journey and the title. My title is You Come a Long Way, Baby. You've come a long way, baby, because I have over the course of this journey of life. And high vibrational words or phrases for me are leader, spontaneous, and creative. And then low vibrational words or phrases for me are driven, which can sometimes take me over the edge. Overworked and resistant. And what I say resistant about is, as I age and move towards 54, I have a resistance around moving in that direction. It's like, oh my God, I think about intimate partnership and just different things. It's like, is it over for me? And I know it's not, but when I'm not grounded, I go there. So a title for, once again, my journey is You've Come a Long Way, Baby. What's your title, right? For the maiden, not for the maiden that lives in you, but the mother phase. What's your title? What are your words? High vibrational. What are your words? Low vibrational, so that we can deepen this experience. So I'm going to give you another 1.5 minutes. Drop those shares in the chat. And Shan, I would love to hear from someone. So if you're down to share the deeper level of this in your title, raise your digital hand.
All right. So Tanine said, high vibrational, kind, creative, bold, courageous, big heart, love woman, sister to all women, auntie, gatekeeper, advocate, mentor, coach, teacher, consistent, respectful. I think Tanine took everybody's answers. Aware, conscious, steady, integrity, reliable, meticulous, intuitive, resourceful, a connector, giving, sharing, execution, and a friend.
Okay.
And
So what I'm going to ask Tanine to do before we move forward is inside of those shares, all of those shares, high vibrational, low vibrational, find 3 and 3 that align with you and your I keep saying maiden, sorry, mother phase, so that you can hone in on how you show up in the mother phase, high vibrational, low vibrational, and then the title I saw you put in already for this phase. And everyone, just asking you all to do the same thing. You can pull from Tanine's words even to identify your journey in this phase and stage. And if there's anybody that's in the maiden phase right now in this space, please, excuse me, identify yourself, because I believe the majority of the folks that are in this space are in the mother phase and the crone phase, but I could be wrong. Identify yourself if you're 25 or younger. So Shan, I would love to see if there's anybody in the space that has dropped in their high vibrational, low vibrational, and once again, someone who's not done Be the Tree, and their title.
Mhm. So we don't have any of those shares yet, other than Tanine, who says her title is You Are in the Arena, Sis.
And we need the high vibrational, low vibrational words and phrases that are aligned with that title. And I'm sure Tanine is probably over there typing away. And call on someone, Shan, if you will, so that we can move this forward, because I need these shares to build out what we're going to do next.
Sure. Let's see. How about Renita?
Renita's about to do the program.
Oh, great.
Mhm.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Sis. All right.
Not that we can't hear from her, but I know I've done this exercise with her. So I'm just trying to see if there's anybody that's willing to share that has not done an intro for Be the Tree before.
I nominate my aunt.
Hi, Doreen. Look at Danielle. I nominate my aunt. Hi, Danielle. But Doreen just raised her hand, and we can hear from your aunt if your aunt wants to share.
Yes.
I nominate. Doreen, you ready?
Auntie ain't ready.
Get out. Doreen, you ready, lady?
Yes, hi. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am 63 years old.
So you're in the crone phase. What's your mother phase words and phrases and title?
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to do now. So it took me a while to get back there. So I said high vibrations, nurturing, loving, flexible, sexual, mama bear, creative, making my way out of no way.
Yes.
Then the low was worried, sad, because I never birthed a child myself. Uncovered, misunderstood, overworked, and guilt.
Got that. Thank you for your honesty. What's the title?
The title was, the song was Sweet Sexy Thing.
All right. Sweet sexy thing. I love it. I love it. All right. So I want to point something out, and this is not normally when I start coaching, but I just want to point something out. You emphasize not having given birth to a child, but you also said mama bear was one of your phrases or descriptors around yourself. So remember, I said the mother phase is not about giving birth. If you have, great, maybe not great, because some people don't necessarily choose that role. And let's keep it real. Not everybody who has children wants to be a mother. That's the misconception, and that can create guilt and shame and all this other stuff. But you can not have physically given birth, but be one of the greatest mothers and the greatest manifestors in giving birth to other things besides children. So I just want to put that out into the space. If there's any misconception about what being in this phase can manifest and bring to a woman in her life, to generate pride and opportunity and possibility for expansion, growth, transformation, that we give birth to things all the time. And it doesn't have anything to do with pushing out a baby and breastfeeding and raising somebody up. And also those who haven't done that physically can be some of the best mothers out there and pour our love into other human beings, grown and young, to make sure that they can actualize the things that they're called to be and do in the world. So thank you for just volunteering. I love it, and I love you. So we're going to move forward to the next and final phase so that I can coach someone. But before we go there, I want to say that if anybody in the space has to get off because you have to go to work or prep the children, I'm inviting you to stay if you can. But if you have to go, we just want to acknowledge you. You know, at the 8 o'clock hour, we always share that we thank you for being here and thank you for being a part of this conversation. It's not over. If you can't stay, you can watch the playback. And also, if you're interested in Be the Tree, because this is what we're doing this for, is to make sure that we introduce women to the opportunity of being part of Be the Tree Cohort 20. You can always follow up with us, reach out to us, and we can send you the information so that you can register and join the program, because we're doing this, but we do all kinds of things like this in the Be the Tree journey. And I'm sure that the sisters that are alumni on this thread can attest to that. Life transforming stuff. And the registration link is dropped in the chat for your review. All right, so let's move forward to the next phase. Thank you for dropping in your titles and the names and the words and phrases about the journey. Yes. So crone. And I'm clapping because this phase is so dope. This is the third and final stage and phase of a woman's development. Is age 61 plus. And I heard Doreen say she's 63 and it was hard to remember the mother phase. And I'm like, girl, you just came out of the mother phase. You just entered the crone phase. You're in the early stages. I'm sure you have a lot of life left. This is the seasoned woman, the elder in the twilight of her life. This is the wise woman. And it's not about acting a specific way or being a specific way in this phase or stage. It's about the time on the planet and the application of the lessons learned or not, right? So I know crones who are bedridden and who can barely speak, and, you know, folks have to feed them and they have to be cared for physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And I know crones who are jet setters. They have multiple lovers. They dress their asses off, like all kinds of manifestations of the crone. So we're going to move forward and create a list that is about the crone energy and vibration. So let's move to the next slide. And crones, you see this beautiful crone nourishing little baby. In this day and age, I don't know, crones might be giving birth because all kinds of things are happening. This might be her baby for all we know, right? But the bottom line is the crone in this stage and phase, high vibrational, low vibrational, high, grounded, wise, confident, and a phrase, I know exactly who I am. And then low vibrational, rigid, fearful, lonely. And her statement might be, not statement, but a phrase can be, I'm no longer useful, like operating as a useless being because you're older and nobody cares, right? Or at least that's what you make up. So we're going to generate a list just like we did for the maiden and the mother phase, and high vibrational words and phrases, drop them in the chat like you've been doing. No judgment, right? And think generally, your grandmother, your mother, if she's a crone 61 plus. Think about the neighbor. Think about the women that you see on television. Think about the general manifestations that crone energy brings. And we're going to have 1.5 minutes, not 2 minutes, because I have to select someone that I'm going to coach, and I'm excited about that. So 1.5 minutes to generate the list, and then I'll give more instruction because we're going to do the crone piece a little bit differently than we did the other phases and stages. So Shan, if you can put 1.5 minutes on the clock, then let's see. And if you just joined not too long ago, we're moving through the 3 phases of womanhood. This is the introduction session that I normally lead along with other leaders of the Be the Tree Rites of Passage Collective for Women. You know that Wake Up is one of the offspring of Spirit of a Woman, and so is the Be the Tree program. And we're about to start a new cycle, cohort 20, for a group of adult women that want to take this transformational journey. And this introduction session is a way to show women what we do in the Be the Tree Rites of Passage program to support them with their transformation. So this is just a slice or cross section of the Be the Tree journey. So welcome if you just landed. How much time left for the list?
Yeah, I was just
Helen.
going back 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Thank you, Shan. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Janine, and everybody who's been dropping in their shares about these phases and sharing authentically about your journey. What I'll say about the crone is that she has the other phases built into her. She's been a maiden. She's been in the maiden phase. She's been in the mother phase. And now with all of those learnings, she's in the crone phase. She is the most powerful of all. We ready?
Yes, sorry, the alarm went off.
Oh, no problem, hon. Go ahead.
No, we're good.
All right. No, I was saying, go ahead. You can start naming the stuff that's in the chat.
Yes. So Tanine said that she is taking care of her grandmother this week, who's 94. And she says, I'm amazed that both puppies run to her first because she's the matriarch and they know it. They just met her this week.
Ashe, yes.
And her high vibrational words are grounded, sure, and wise, low, alive, lonely, and joy. Helen shared deep in high. Her high vibration was caring, encouraging, and sexy. Low is procrastinator, sad, and slow. The title would be Bring It.
Ah, all right. Love it.
Renita said, high vibrational is unapologetic, well-versed in life, righteous, beloved by many, confident and wise. Low would be lonely, forgetful, forgotten, depressed, and afraid.
All right, awesome. And I want to point out that we're not at the title manifestation phase of this exercise. And I'm going to tell you why I want to roll it back some. But we'll get to that. We'll get to it for sure. And Tanine, you cheated because you used wise and grounded. So add some other words because that we have wise and grounded on the list. If I'm not mistaken, you use those words. I'm watching you, girl, watching you because you got all the words. So add some others.
She did add sassy.
Yes, thank you. And I think you use lonely. So add one more that's not on the list already because I know you can. So I'm going to add some words and I'm going to tell you if you're not a crone, because we have crones in the space. We already know that Doreen is 63. And I know Abimbola and others are 61 plus. But what I'm asking you all to do who are not crones is to think of a crone in your life that you're close to. My crone that I use for this exercise is my grandmother, or me and Joyce's grandmother, because Joyce, my sister, is in this space. I use my grandma, Joyce Benton, who my sister Joyce is named after. And she's an ancestor now, but I always use her for this exercise. Find a crone that you're close to. The crone can be someone that has passed on, but utilize that crone to do the next part of the exercise. Unless you are 61 and above, then you can use yourself and generate high vibrational and low vibrational words and phrases for yourself. But if you're not a crone, you need a crone that you know well, so you can generate a list for her, high vibrational and low vibrational words that you've witnessed about her. So I just said, Grandma Joyce is my crone. So my high vibrational words for Grandma Joyce are resourceful, smart, and articulate. My low vibrational words for Grandma Joyce, and my sister Joyce may have different words for her because we have our different relationships with her. My low vibrational words for my grandmother are manipulative, secretive, and stuck in her ways. So my title for Grandma Joyce, because remember, I'm not a crone yet, so it's the title for her, is This is the Way I Do It, and this is the way I will always do it. So, and I'm saying it with an attitude because that's her. This is the way I do it, and this is the way I will always do it. So who's your crone? Drop her name in the chat and what's the high vibrational, low vibrational words and phrases for that crone? Just pick 3 and 3, and then also pick a title. And Shannon, if you can move to the next slide, the directions are up there. All righty. So I can't wait to meet the crones from your life, right? And pick one. Like sometimes in this session, when I lead it, folks were like, oh, I picked 3, I picked 2. Pick one crone. You must know her. She must know you. And you must know her well enough to pick the words and phrases, high and low, and the title. And I just gave you the example of my grandma, Joyce. So Shan, if you could put a minute and a half on the clock. I'm conscious it's 8:11. We're gonna go a little longer. I'll let y'all know how long in a minute. I'm gonna coach somebody through this entire piece. So we'll look at who that will be. Shan, can you let us know where we are in the time?
Oh, yes, 56 seconds.
All right. Rigorous honesty. It cracks me up that some folks will be like, I can't say this about grandma or mom. Like they're in the session with us. I'm like, family, they're not here. And if your mama is in here, maybe you shouldn't use her, or maybe you should. Just keeping it real.
It's a safe space. She can't hurt you here.
Right.
Get you. All right, 30 seconds.
Beautiful. And if feelings are coming up around this, feel the feels, y'all. Some of us have never really thought about this or put a name to the crone relationships that we have. Some of us refuse to look at that all of us have high vibration and low vibration in our lives because we've been made wrong about it. We refuse to go there. Or some of us have a difficult time generating lists about our high vibrations because we're so stuck on our low vibrational outcomes because we judge it. It's all perfect and it makes you who you are.
All right, that's time.
Awesome. Thank you. So additional words.
Right.
And then Shan, if you could look for the full shares, like I would love the high vibration, low vibration, the name of the crone, and the title so that we can pull from that. And then we'll see who I select to work with.
All right.
So we already have all knowing, sensual, sexual, y'all, because crones are that too. So every single phase, sensual and sexual, is there. Passionate, carefree, don't give a damn, because it's like I live my life. Retired, secure financially, possibly a widow or without partnership because the person has transitioned, or the relationship was lost for whatever reason. Physically tired, mentally tired, spiritually tired, over it, fearful, planning her death, high vibrational, planning her death, low vibrational, might just be getting things in order. Angry, rigid, selfless, meaning generous, or selfish, manipulative, let's see, resentful, super generous, property owner, investments, prepared, frail, healthy or unhealthy, matriarch, guide. So those are just some examples. So who do we have, Mama, to hear from?
So Tiffany, high, wise, elder, matriarchal. Low is pained, weary, and senile. Lori shared high, vibrational, knowledgeable, expert, fearless. Low is lonely, old, and unwanted. Vicky says High vibrational is family oriented, soft spoken, and emotional. Low would be lonely, sad, weak, and forgetful. Joy shared high vibrational would be great grandma Cheney,
Ah.
wise, powerful, leader, and strong. Helen said Crohn's are high vibrational in being independent, and low would be entitled. Do you want the titles now too?
I absolutely want the titles for this section is really important. So Joyce, low vibrational for Grandma Cheney, and the title that you would give around her life as a crone. I can pick her too. It cracks me up. I'm looking forward to what you want to say. Yeah, but I would love to hear titles and like all the full package.
Gotcha. So Helen's title is I'm the Mama.
All
And
right.
then Joyce says for low vibrational will be Grandma Cheney again.
Yes, the same. They're just
Mean.
using one crone. So that's why she's saying
Gotcha.
Grandma Cheney.
Okay. Is mean, moody, emotional, and snappy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with my crone, my grandma Queen, and her high vibrational is giving, loving, and warm. And then I put here for low vibrational, conservative, scared, and closed-minded. Danny Mo said high
Wait, before you
vibration.
go, what's the title?
Queenager.
Thank
Yeah, she's my queenager right now.
Lord have mercy. All right,
Yes,
go ahead.
I'm raising her and she's acting like a little girl right now.
Oh my God. Too
So
funny.
Queenie, yes. Where were we? So Danny Mo said high vibrational is reliable, supportive, and outspoken. Low is stubborn, inflexible, and stunted. Her title is Take It or Leave It.
All right.
Let's see. Purple, her mother, is high vibrational, is loved by many, comforting, reassuring, and fun. Low vibrational is manipulative, lonely, and paranoid. Theodora said calmer, intuitive, still learning and evolving, matriarch, caring, beautiful, still learning and evolving, missing meaningful male relationships, judgmental, angry, that the body is not keeping up. The mind is willing, but the body can't always keep up.
All right. Is that the title?
No.
All right. I need some titles. So
Yep, we got one.
Okay.
Joy said her title for Grandma Cheney is Power Within Power.
Got it. Awesome.
Yes. And Kinsasha, hope I'm saying that right. High vibrational is extremely creative, positive, and low vibrational is procrastination. And Helen says her title is This Digs Deep and Within. Oh, maybe that's how she's feeling right now, but that could be a title too.
Yeah.
And then
that's how
Lori's
I'm feeling.
okay, gotcha. We can apply it to both though.
Sure.
Lori says Grandma Desi, high vibrational, is powerful, generous, sanctuary. Low is last on her list, waiting for her reward, and lonely. And the title would be I done forgot more than you ever knowed.
Got that. You can hold. You can hold. So I want to just acknowledge everyone. Keep the titles and the words and the name of the crone. And if you're the crone, just sharing about yourself. Y'all got me over here sweating, man. Keep it coming because it's valuable, and like really going deep into this journey for yourself. And then also pulling in a crone if you're not in the crone phase yet, or looking at the fullness of your life and the journey and what the episodes have been like, and looking at that as a point of power or points of power. Like all of this has value. Who I am in front of you is a compilation of my high vibration and low vibration. I would not lead the way that I lead if it wasn't for my low vibration and my high vibration. I would not have spirit of a woman or just the life that I have if it wasn't for all of it. I would take nothing out of it, even the most devastating stuff, because it makes me who I am. And when we start judging it and get lost in it, it creates stuckness and stagnation. And that stuckness and stagnation can have us be, like my age, 53, but operating like the maiden phase and operating like a 21-year-old or a 15-year-old or a 13-year-old. Maybe not in all aspects of your life, but certain parts of your life, you're stuck and stagnant. So thank you for this. This is the foundation setter, these phases. And we thank her and them for what they've generated, because it's the relationships that we have with the maidens in our lives and the people in the mother phases in our lives and the crones in our lives that give us access to our being, because it's my sister, myself, which is one of the statements we make in the Be the Tree Rites of Passage Collective for Women, which once again, I keep reminding everyone, this session is about choosing powerfully whether you want to dive in and do a deeper work around who you are in the current phase of life that you're in. So I want to work with someone in this space around your phases and your journey. And I want to intuitively select, but you have the power and the agency to say no. So I don't know if Dakia is still in the space. And the big thing is about being stationary so that we can talk and move through the exercise fully. So I don't know, Dakia, if you're in a space where you can do that with me. I need to work with someone who is not in Be the Tree currently.
Okay.
All right. You sound hesitant, Mama. You good? You're like, okay.
No, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm so sorry. Y'all.
Oh, okay, got it. I'm like, what's going on? And Shan, if you could take the screen share down.
Yeah.
And Dakia, we're going to move through this fairly quickly. It's not the pace that I normally move at, but I'm just conscious of the time. So family, I'm going to need some more time, maybe 15 minutes, and then we'll check as we go because it's 8:23. So stick and stay. This is recorded, so you can watch it on our Facebook page. If you're a member, please drop in the Facebook link, Chantel, because there's some new people in this space that may not be part of that, the group. But I'm going to ask Dakia if you could unmute and then show yourself. If we could be side by side, and everybody in the space follow along with what I'm saying to Dakia, because I'm also saying it to you. So as we move through the phases, and if you were here from the beginning, we looked at the maiden phase, the mother phase, and the crone phase as a full journey across the lifespan of a woman. And I'm going to take Dakia back because she was in it for the full process. So Dakia, you ready?
Yes.
All right, you ready to be seen? You finished brushing your teeth?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're brushing them though. That's really good.
Yeah.
All right. So I need you to look at what you wrote for the maiden phase. And you have that before you. Did you write it down or did you put it in the chat? Or do you remember?
I didn't write it down. I said it and I think I remembered. I was for low vibrational. I think I just said that I was self-absorbed basically. I always wanted to be outside.
Oh, you did. Yeah. Yes. And something, oh gosh, was there like some rebellion that you spoke about? If somebody remembers, please do share because this is important, right? Do you remember your?
Oh yes.
Yes. Do you remember your title?
Yes, I do. It was called Beautiful Learning.
Yes. I remember that. So, Dakia, if I was a fly on the wall, if I was a witness watching this movie or reading the book of this phase of your life, Beautiful Learning, what would I be seeing? Who are you around from 12 to 25? What are you doing? How are you acting? What are you feeling? Share some details about that if you would.
I was super goofy. Well, from 12, I was super goofy and silly. So I was always bothering somebody. I was that annoying sibling. As I got older, like I said, I always wanted to find my way outside, to be adventurous, hanging out with friends. I was very bubbly, so it was very easy for me to make out friends. All the kids loved me. And then as I got into like early 20s, I was very like, I want to go to the party. I always went to school. And then that's when the party started. So I was like, oh, I think I want to take off a year and go to and work, right? So after I did that, then what else happened? I was just partying. So that was basically, I was meeting guys for the first time, stuff like that. When ending that partying stage from like 20 to current, and then just hanging out, having fun, right? Because I just got out of that phase. So like I had just turned 30 August 18th, right? And I told everybody around me, because I'm still a little silly and stuff, I'm like, y'all got to give me 6 months to find, to start finding my grace. Because I told them at 30, you got to start finding your grace. There's no way.
Why 30? You got to start finding your grace.
Because I feel like if you don't, when are you gonna do it? Like I don't know, because I just feel like I should have probably, because before you're not really looking to find it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
you weren't. You speaking in general, like for everyone. But that's your journey.
For me,
yeah.
I'm sorry. For me, I guess I'm not. Before 30, I wasn't looking to find my grace, and then I'm like, at 30, I need to find it. Like I got a 5-year-old, stuff like that. Like I got to start,
Yeah. So you said at 24 you became a mom, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit more, because I get like you have all this energy, you're bubbly, but I'm like some more nuance, because I'm thinking about the low vibration. And the reason why I focus on low vibration is that this session is about being able to look at what might be stopping and blocking flow so that you can be fully engaged in your purpose and align with your power. So let's roll it back. The interactions with men and guys, you said you started seeking that out and wanted to be outside all the time. Like, what was the impact of navigating for the first time relationships with guys, and also maybe being under the influence when you're out partying and doing stuff? And I don't even know with the pregnancy, was it planned, or was it something that was unplanned?
So my pregnancy wasn't planned. That's horrible. I don't even want to talk about that. But as far as relationship wise, when I first started dating, guys were nice to me. I was like, I didn't care about them.
Why is that, Dakia?
Why I didn't really care about me? Because I just felt like they're just here to manipulate. They're just here to play games.
Where did that come from?
Watching people go through it, like watching people go through.
What people?
My best friend, she had got pregnant in high school, and her father was very controlling, abusive. He was not nice, and he manipulated her real bad that she started distancing herself from us. So when I got and my dads, I have two, because I have two great dads. They baby me, they spoil me. So if a guy wasn't doing those things, like if they weren't, because it's my mom who I don't get along with, but my fathers, I get along with them very well. So if a man wasn't coming at me in a certain way, like my dad present themselves, I wouldn't want to speak to them.
Got it. So hold on one sec. Let's roll back, because you a slippery one. Like you like, I don't really get along with mama, and then jump to the next thing. I'm like, can we roll back? Because we're looking at a picture from 12 to 25, the people, places, and things that had the most impact. You dive right in with school and being outside, but I'm glad you spoke about the two dads and being spoiled, because I think Black girls deserve to be spoiled, right? Unless it creates a low vibrational outcome that generates how you think the world should operate with you and around you, because every moment is not going to be an opportunity to get what you want all the time, right? It can create entitlement. But the other piece that you skipped right over, two things. I don't want to talk about the dynamic with the person that you had your child with. And the second one is your relationship with your mother. During the maiden phase, caregivers are super important to our development. So what was going on in a relationship with your mother that has you not get along with her at that stage and phase? And I don't know if that's still the case right now.
It is. And it's horrible. So I just feel like.
What makes it horrible? Once again, you're being vague.
She's very do what I say. And if you don't, and you have your own identity, I don't want to deal with you type of person. And I always have my own identity. So I always lean to my dad.
Mm-hmm. So
And I'm very loving and caring, so it hurt because my mother know I love her, but I'm not going to listen to you because you don't know it all. And it's a way that you got to come at me. You have to teach me properly. You can't tell me like, that's dumb. You're doing stupid stuff. Stop doing this and that. You need to dress a certain way, and just stuff. I don't.
Yeah. And, one of the things that I wanted to, just point out is that you didn't say it, like you need to dress a certain way. So was the implication that you were being fast or she froze? Lord. Do me a favor, go off camera so we can get the audio.
No. Okay.
And I love this pic of you.
No, I wasn't dressing.
So where was she coming from when she was saying that?
She doesn't like leggings.
We're having a hard time hearing you, sis. So
can't you wear?
Can you hear me? Yeah, we're having a hard time because you're on the move. Yeah. So will you be in a space where the reception will be clear in a minute? Because this makes it hard because you're in motion.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're probably getting ready for work. It's better now, though.
Is it better? Okay. So like she just thought that you shouldn't wear leggings without wearing a long shirt. You can't wear a pencil skirt. It should be flowy. Like I like tight clothes. She didn't like that. Not that I was out like promiscuous and she just said that it brings unwanted attention. Why are you showing so much stuff like that? And to me, I was just like, what am I really showing? And I don't like. I just felt like I wasn't showing anything, and she just, I don't know. Like my mom she want to wear bigger clothes. She's whatever she's feeling about herself, she always imposes on us. Yeah. And I had to just learn that. And it was very draining. Mm-hmm. So, and then I became a bitter person. So everything that I feel when I'm emotional comes and stems from my mother. And that's why I'm like, I have to learn that people can't control my emotions, or I can't be upset about things that's going on between me and my mom. Like, I have to let it go because she's never going to change.
And, I don't know about the never going to change because I'm a living testimony to a mother that can evolve. What's the age difference between you and your mom?
Like 27. Okay. But the reason why I say that is because she don't think she's doing nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm. So I get that. I understand. And I'm saying you can be in a space where you think that you're absolutely right and have an awakening experience and transform that. But I don't want to deviate from just navigating with you. So in your maiden phase, you had the energy and low vibration of judgment around you, especially around your physical beingness and your expression as a young woman, how you dressed, how you carried yourself. There was this projection of there's something wrong or bad about that. And you feel like it impacted your emotional state and your self-esteem because your mother was operating this way. And the juxtaposition is the two fathers that you have that were spoiling you, allowing you to live, and that you had a close relationship with, and you kind of let guide or declare or create a structure for how you believed relationships should be with guys and how they should treat you. Correct?
Correct.
All right. And as you evolved, despite the dynamics with the two fathers that you had in that nurturing, you still manifested a relationship that sounds like that didn't serve you. And you haven't given us details, and it's up to you. But in your maiden phase, you manifested a relationship that you don't even want to talk about years later.
Because that wasn't really a relationship. That was a mistake. And I just choose, because when you make mistakes, you just choose to learn your lesson. And
no, you keep speaking in you, and I'm speaking to you, Dakia, about your own journey. So I'm inviting you to use I statements, because this is not true for every woman, like what you're sharing. And your story is unique, and it deserves to be spoken about as your experience, even though folks in the space can relate. So if you can relate to manifesting a relationship that you consider a mistake, drop that in the chat. And if also you can relate to having an unplanned pregnancy with someone that's not the healthiest relationship for you, drop that in the chat too. And Catherine said, my sister, myself, Zakia. Oh, is Zakia's birthday today? Huh? I'm confused. All right. So just drop it in the chat so we can declare whether we can connect. And I can relate. My hands up, feet up, eyebrows up. I can relate. So can you hear me clearly, Dakia?
Yes, yes.
Okay, wonderful. So let's look at the low vibration for this, your experience as a maiden. When you think about the words and the phrases that you picked for the mother phase, what were they, sis? Because what makes it challenging is because you're moving around and you didn't necessarily write it all in the chat. So what was
I did write that. I wrote independent, responsible, brave, provider, go-getter. And then for low vibrational, I'm very emotionally needy now. I'm super sensitive to other people's needs. And that's not good because I start putting pressure on myself that I need to help everybody.
Got that.
And then what else did I put? I don't remember what else I put, but for low vibrational, it's just finding financial stability, because like at this point, this is where I'm trying to find it. I have my kid, I have my apartment, I have things that and then goals that I have that I want to meet. So that's very stressful trying to meet those marks.
Got it. What's the title, Mama?
Brave one.
Brave one. All right. And I acknowledge you as being a brave one, especially in this moment right now. So I want to ask you about the emotionally needy, super sensitive to other people's needs, overly helpful, and not feeling financially stable. When you look at your maiden journey and the low vibrational pieces that you spoke about there, is there a bridge between the low vibration in your maiden phase and the low vibrations in your mother phase? And this question is to Dakia, but it's for everyone in this space that did this exercise. Do you see a correlation between these low vibrations for the two different phases? Did you start planting seeds for emotional neediness in your maiden phase, planting seeds for super sensitive about others and being overly helpful and enabling in your maiden phase? And then also even your relationship with money, did those seeds get planted in your maiden phase?
Yeah.
All right, so say more, and I see your voice shifting. I'm like, speak up, girl, because all of it is information. So what connection do you see? I know, I get it, and we love it.
So basically, in my maiden phase, I was like, oh, I want to make money now. So I got out of college, and then it's affecting me now because I have a city job, and I'm like, okay, I want to go back to school.
Right.
And then now I have all these responsibilities with my kid and everything. So but I said I'm gonna get there. So then what else was it from when I was younger to now? I think I said that I was very helpful. So that made me very I still want to, every time somebody in my friends or my family come to me and they tell me, oh, can you do me a favor? I ain't got no energy to do no favors, but I always say yes.
Got that.
So it's like, that was when I was helpful, from younger, always being helpful was it could be low vibrational when it's always feeling like you need to say yes, or you want to say yes, but but mentally you just really can't.
Yeah.
You know?
And thank you for acknowledging that it got birthed when you were very young. And if we had more time, I would get into more of the dynamics that created that people-pleasing, enabling energy. Because I'm telling you, if that thread, you're 30, if you keep that going on, let me not tell you, what do you believe is going to happen if you keep that going? Can you hear me, Takia?
Used and abused, yes.
Okay. Used and abused, what else?
I'm never going to be able to reach my own goals, worrying about other people.
Got that.
Or always stopping to help them.
And
I'm never really going to find my voice or myself if I'm always in tune with others.
Got that. It's I want to differentiate being in tune with others and being an enabler that feels everything that's happening around you and wanting to jump in and engage. Being in tune is a powerful skill. That's a powerful gift, actually. Being intuitive, being empath, being a helper, because some of us are here to serve and help. But when it goes rogue, when it's about people pleasing, because you were like, oh, what you got off, what made you happy as a youngster, as a maiden, was being goofy, being bubbly, being loved by peers. Sometimes we give so that we can be loved. And that's a low vibrational exchange. It's transactional love, not love that's grounded. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes? Or do you need me to repeat?
I heard you.
Okay. Hearing me and getting is the two different things. I'm going to repeat this again, not just for you, but for other sisters in the space that have this dynamic. Sometimes in our desire to be loved, because you're like, I was loved by peers, and you were like, yes, I'm viewed in this way when I was a kid, but you want to keep that going. And sometimes to keep that going, we will people please and overextend ourselves so that we can be loved. And that's transactional. That's not love, that's reciprocal. And I wonder if you get back what you give. Are folks looking out on the same level that you look out?
For me personally, because I'm very moody, so I can be very, like I'm very sassy. I could be rude sometimes. So yes, and my friends, so I'm goofy and bubbly, yes, but I also could be, like, they call me yin yang. Because I could be I could get to it real quick if they start irritating me, or I feel like they do something, like, we're not doing that, stuff like that. So I feel like, and my friends genuinely do love me, and they genuinely do give to me and help me, and the same things that I do. I feel like the same thing, the nurturing things that I do for them, they do for me, but just in a different way.
Got that.
You know what I'm saying? So I do feel that I don't feel like I people please.
So wait, hold on, because I'm going by what you shared, and I question this, and I invite you after the session to, like, really take a deeper dive, because you are like, I'm emotionally needy, I overextend myself, but no, it's balanced. So I think they give to me not in the same way. Do you get what you need from your relationships with people?
Not all of them.
Okay, and I understand none of us get it from everybody. But I hear you sharing that it's an issue that creates emotional impact on you when you're giving and engaging, when you don't have the time, the energy, the bandwidth, and you're still going in trying to do it. And
because
go ahead.
It'd be with other people. So I have a lot of friends, and then I feel like my family, like my little brother yesterday, so just an example, like, I just feel like he called me yesterday and was like, can I use your credit? That just sent me through the roof. I'm like, okay, fine. So, and in return, he can't give nothing to me, and he probably gonna mess my credit up, but I ain't want to say no. It's stuff like that I feel like people just take advantage of for me. Like, they just take, and they're not gonna do right, and then they flip it on you. Oh, it's because your attitude is nasty. What does that have to do with the other thing? Like, why you gonna mess up my credit? Because if he don't make the payments, I'm gonna say something nasty. But I said yes, because being nice, right? So it's stuff like that, because it's like, you can't come in saying, oh, please, because I'm gonna pay it every time, and then you miss a payment. I say something, rude to you, because it's like, how you missed this payment? I'm wrong. So that's how it goes in most of my relationships. Like, they ask me, I say yes, knowing I should not do it, or shouldn't, and then they have excuses as to why they don't follow through on their end. And it's like, because this is my life.
Yeah.
And then they never ask for nothing simple. They always ask for something that could bother my life, and then wonder why I'm nice and sweet, and then I flip on them.
Right. So let me just say this, and then we're going to move to a real quick exchange about the Chrome. Girl, owning your yeses and taking responsibility for what happens when you say yes, and being conscious of the fact, like you just laid it out to us, that you say yes when you know you should say no, being responsible for the fact that people treat you how you allow them to treat you. And when people show themselves, you should believe them and you don't. Like, being accountable and responsible for your life as a woman in the mother phase is super, super important. So if your brother does mess up your credit, who's accountable?
Mm.
I mean, he has accountability too, but if you know you should not say yes, and when you say credit, I'm like, this is a classic one. So folks in the chat, I'm sure have a whole lot to say. Folks be like, don't be letting nobody use your credit. You know, that is like a no-no, you know, but I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just saying the maiden in you, which you're not so far distant from because you're 30 years old, there's something around that dynamic of people pleasing and enabling. And then the other dynamic is you not taking responsibility for what you create, which may come from the spoiledness from the dads. I don't know. You know, it's like you're not responsible for the choices you make, the conversations you have, the outcomes that you get. And I don't know the details about the father of your child, but there's some dynamic that might exist with that as well. So just being accountable is something that you're invited to do as someone that's in this phase of your life where you're starting to build as a parent, as a person that has a career. It may not be what you're going to do for the rest of your life, person in friendship, intimate partnership. Like, yeah, exercising your yeses accountably and responsibly, and exercising your nos accountably and responsibly. And I'm going to ask you this question and then quickly ask about the crone phase. How old are you? How old is the part of you that says yes when you know you should say no? I know you're chronologically 30, but how old is the part of you that is engaging in exchanges and partnerships with people and situations that you know don't serve you, but you say yes anyway and then get mad? How old is she?
16.
16. And from that posture, financial decisions and partnerships with people that you know are irresponsible, if you keep doing that, what's the outcome going to be? One outcome that you can think of, if you let your brother use the credit, 16-year-old, what's the outcome going to be if you keep operating from a 16-year-old's position around money and relationships and connection?
Devastated.
Devastated, angry, rageful, blaming, shaming self and others. Is that how you want to live as you move forward on your mother journey? And I'm not saying this to shame you because I see your head going down and you're not as vocal. Girl, come back, because this is a big girl conversation. And you can transform how you show up in this way as a 16-year-old. You can grow her up just by taking responsibility and making some new choices. Not telling you what to do, all invitation. My saying in this space, invitation, not obligation. So last question. As it relates to the crone in your life, who did you pick as your crone?
Nobody, because I'm not close with any of the elders that are on my dad's side, and my mom's side, they passed away.
Yeah, there's a lot there. Not having the guidance and the support, having a mother who's judgmental, it can make up that you got to figure this out on your own, or you got to do everything for people so you can keep people close and have these relationships. But look what's happening to you. And because you're a mother of a 5-year-old, if you keep modeling that, what is your 5-year-old going to do in reference to their relationships?
The same thing.
Yeah. Maybe, not absolute, but it's possible. So, crone, I'm going to use this instead because we don't have time to have you find a crone. And I'm sorry about that because of the time. But when you think about your crone journey, what you shared as far as low vibrational for your maiden phase, low vibrational for your mother phase, what could possibly be an outcome for your crone phase if you don't stop this pattern that you spoke about? Being emotionally needy, overly helpful and enabling, super sensitive to other people's needs over your own, financially unstable. What could happen to your crone phase if you keep this pattern going and flowing?
I could be depressed, lonely, broke.
Got that. Yeah. Used and abused. And, I'm a metaphysician, so think about the physical implications for being overextended, used and abused by people, broke. Like what you do think would be happening with your physical body as a crone if you keep this going and flowing?
I'll probably be sick, like
So God forbid something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you 30, you can do something about this shit right now. It's a choice. And let me tell you, Dakia, because of who you are, you'll have a great life even if you keep this stuff going, because that's just you. You're bubbly, you're loving, you're present, right? But what about the life you could have if you actually worked on these things that we're talking about right now? And if you weren't projecting the impossibility of transforming on your mother, or operating from a space of you're a victim of everything that's happening to you. Your brother asked you for the credit, you gave him the credit, so it's his fault that this is not working out because he's not paying the bill. I'm like, if you actually took ownership, what would your life be like if you owned it? One word.
Amazing.
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 Amazing. So I'm going to stop here. Is that okay? I think she froze. Okay, got it. All right, so go off camera because wherever you are right now, the reception is bad. So family, I did this with Dakia, but I'm inviting you to do this for yourself. Whether you do Be the Tree or not, which the invitation is always there, there's something to learn from this. Your maiden, if you're a crone, needs you to heal her, to acknowledge her, to do the work. Your mother, in your mother phase, if you're in the mother phase like myself, your maiden needs you to heal the stuff from back there so you can live fully actualized in this right now moment. For the crone, your maiden and your mother phase need you to do the work and to continue to grow and transform and use those high vibrational aspects of yourself to transform the low. There's always possibility in these phases and stages, how you lead, how you engage in relationships, always possibility if we own it and take accountability and responsibility for it and name where we're at as far as our emotionally arrested development or physically arrested development or spiritually arrested development. We can go back and fetch it. There's a word called Sankofa that we can go back and fetch and get what we need to get and powerfully amplify our lives and live potently like we were ordained to live as women in the world. So thank you for being in this space. I'm going to quickly show the slide for how to join Be the Tree if you so choose. So Chantel, if you can put that up and I'll start talking about it really quickly. The program is 4 months long. It starts this weekend. You either do the Sunday or the Monday group. You can pick what night you want to do it. Sunday is 6 to 9. Monday is 6:30 to 9:30 because people work on Mondays usually. When you're in the program, you're assigned a coach and a leadership team to guide you through the process. When we meet for the Sunday or Monday sessions, we do a 3-hour unpacking, we learn tools, and then you're in a smaller group and collective called a cluster. Those clusters are named after trees, either the birch, the heather, the elm, and the sequoia. And it's based on the energy of those trees and what you're called to work on this journey. We end the program December 12th. That's the culmination ceremony. It's all virtual unless you want to meet up with women outside of the process, which we encourage if you live locally. And it's all transformative if you lean in and do the work and let your coach you and the process guide you. Every topic is designed to build on another. So it's topic based and every session is scaffolded. So we build this whole process that will help you transform yourself in your life and then also declare your purpose in the world. If you already know it, amplify it, and then also operate from your brand. My brand is Powerhouse in the House. So know and trust that I bring that everywhere I go. And my purpose is to utilize the word in all forms to ignite mind, body, and spirit transformation across the planet. And I'm committed to that. And I was committed to that today. Let's move the slide forward, Chantel, if you will. The tuition for the program is $1,150. And I say that with pride. I say that with unapologetic fervor, because I love that we get to exchange money, this amount of money, because when I think about transformation of my entire life, I'm like, there's no amount that can be enough to charge someone or to charge myself if I was doing it. But, we get caught up sometimes. And sometimes the thing that keeps women from doing the program is money and time. And that's the thing that we would benefit from transforming, money and time and our relationship with it. And there's a $35 culmination or graduation fee that's due on October 1st. We have life's work assignments and expansion assignments. So right now we just had a conversation with Dakia about how she people pleases. So that would be an expansion assignment that I would do with her. It's like, who can you say no to? Think of everybody you can say no to and just practice your no muscle and see what it feels like. But we also have life's work assignments, which are associated with the sessions we do and is built out as part of the journey. But the expansion is about your specific need. We do events, in-person, virtual events. Some are fee-based, most are not. We have a WhatsApp chat that we communicate on so we can talk about how we're growing and where we're challenged and where we have breakdowns and breakthroughs. And once again, a culmination ceremony in December to close out the process and begin your journey as an alumni of Be the Tree, living your life unapologetically and fully. And I am complete. So if you are a sister that is interested in taking this journey, we're about to start. Don't make up that it's too soon. Don't make up I don't have the money. Have a conversation with me. Let's see what we can create. And let's see what this journey has for you. And I know I'm going to win because any of you that show up for this process, I'm going to learn from you because I learned so much from Dakia about myself as a result of her allowing me to coach her. So thank you, Dakia. Love you so, so much. And thank you for being a proxy for the rest of us in this space. So I am complete.
Thank you.
Yo, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So if you have an interest in hearing more about Be the Tree or processing what you learned in this session, put that in the chat, please, and we will follow up. The schedule is here, the Sunday, Monday schedule. Remember, you pick one night that you will be a part of the program, but if you miss one session on Sunday, you can join the Monday session and vice versa. And here are all the dates laid out, and we talk about that with you. If you have to miss a session, they're all recorded, but we don't suggest that you join the program and be missing a bunch of sessions. Like, we only suggest that you miss maybe 3 and not even that much, because watching the recording is not enough to transform you. It's being in the active conversation like y'all were in today. So shout out to the alumni. If you're an alumni in the group, please put it in the chat and say what your cohort is. What cycle did you do at Be the Tree? We're up to cycle 20. I'm in all cycles because I've been in here since the beginning. So drop that in the chat, Be the Tree graduates. My sister Joycey is a graduate. Like a lot of folks in this space are women who have done the program. So family, let's close out and see where this takes us. So Shan, you ready for the next slides to close us out?
Yep.
All right, so Be the Tree, if you join today and pay the full tuition, if you register within the next 48 hours, you'll get a $100 discount from the program. So consider it, please. And the registration.
And we also have payment plans.
Yes, payment. I forgot to say that, monthly payment plans. And please add that to the slide, Chantel, so that folks know that there's monthly payments. You can break it down into 5 payments so you can pay it all off. We can move forward.
Sorry, I'm copying and pasting.
Oh, thank you, my love. Sorry.
Of course.
Contact information. Reach out to me if you want to talk about this session. If you want to talk about more details with Be the Tree, if you want to talk about your payment plan, if you want to talk about what came up for you in this session, please, please, please reach out, text me or email me, and I will follow up with you. Remember, I said the program starts on Sunday, August 28th and Monday, August 29th. Love offering. So this is about an energetic exchange and reciprocity, inviting you to share. If you got something out of the session today, you can give a love offering for the exchange. Zelle, QuickPay, Soul Leadership Development at gmail.com. Cash App, $Spirit of a Woman, and the code is 660. I'm like, yes, SBG. I didn't even pay attention to the fact that today was day 660. I love numbers, and that number is a really powerful number. Love me some double digits. All right, let's move forward. If you want to make a monthly payment automated, you can do that by using one of these links. If you're a member of the community and you haven't set up an automated payment to give, because we get so much potency from this session, please do. And you have options: $25 a month, $50 a month, $75, $100. If you want to give differently, you can reach out to one of the team members to set that up. I'm complete. Next session on Sunday is my beautiful sister Valerie Lyons, and her session is Creating Your Joy-Driven Life, Part 3. So join her. She's dope. She has a lot to offer. So put that on your schedule, family. Yes, Helen was cohort 12. 8 cohorts ago, Helen was a graduate. I only saw hers. I know there are others in the space for sure. We can move ahead. Yes, do it, Dakia. The Woo Nation welcomes all members into the space. If you're new to the session because someone invited you to be in here today, We are here to learn, elevate, and ascend, and we do that in multiple ways. Today is just one of those examples. Don't be one and done. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. I remember when Dakia came for the very first time, and she kept coming. And look at her. Oh my goodness. All right. So we can move forward. Thank you, Shan. Our schedule, 5 days a week, Sunday through Thursday. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday are longer sessions. Today was longer than the 8:30, and I thank you for staying. It is 7 to 8:30, and Monday sessions are from 7 to 7:30. It's like an appetizer. But we come here, we're here 5 days a week from Sunday to Thursday at 7 a.m. And if you want to get a reminder, you can type in 74121, like a number you would call, and type in Woo Nation. We love you too, Dakia. And Woo Swag. Swag yourself out. Buy somebody a gift. Dakia's birthday, somebody said it just passed. Buy her a t-shirt, right? Get her a tote bag or a journal so she can write her big ambitions down, or her no plan, like the list of people she's going to say no to. 50 people on the list, and just be like, no. They call you like, no. They be like, but I didn't even ask you that. But no, before you ask me. Try it, Dakia. Say no today to somebody on the job. Don't get fired though, because I don't want you blaming me. Thank you, everybody. Just inviting you to stay in touch. If you want to register for next week's session, use these links for the registration. We have a Facebook page. If you're not on that page, you can join. Private and public pages there too. Instagram at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, YouTube bit.ly/woo on YouTube, and email info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. And I'm complete, family. That's all I got, at least for now. Oh, and if you're interested in joining our team to volunteer, please do reach out to us. Use the info.wakeupseries@gmail.com to let us know, or you can drop it in the chat and say you want to volunteer so that we can know, because we need more admin for the morning. We need more onboarders. We need more folks to follow up and create with us so that we can keep this going and flowing. And I am complete. That is it. Shan, anything you want to say?
Thank you so much, Shawnee, for this amazing session. And Dakia, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for all of the love and the support that was shared to Dakia throughout this session, holding space for her. And like I said, I know how money can be, the exchange. So I want you to know that Shawnee is open to conversations, because this is for everyone, and we can all use this type of transformation in our lives. And then as a thank you to you, Shawnee, I'm going to take this slide down and unmute everyone so that we can shower you with love and admiration for this session.
All right, I'll take it. Come on, y'all, bring it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you
so much.
Thank you. Thank you. This is
My
very
pleasure.
Shawnee.
Thank you, Shawnee.
Thank you, Shawnee.
Thank you, Shawnee, for this great
Shawnee.
what womanhood is.
Thank you.
Just being a listener.
Thank you, thank you, thank
Everybody.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Powerful.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad that you accepted so many
Stay
of
strong.
us.
Continue. All you
I
got
give
in
thanks for
listening.
your life. I give thanks for the lives of the women here. I give
That's
thanks for
right
the
there,
partnerships
my
that
girl.
have been created. I give thanks for
Thank you, Adam, for the
the Wake Up
kisses.
Series
You welcome,
community,
sweetie.
the Woo community,
Mwah.